Is it Super Bowl or bust for the 49ers? Or is this season already a success?
Well, I think so. I look at these two things as a little bit separate. I think that the season is a success. And a lot of the reason is because they started out so poor that nobody thought that they would make it to this point.
Mhm.
And if you did, kudos to you. I didn't. I don't think most people did, if they're being honest. So the fact that they made it to this point, they kind of hedged their bet by starting out so bad. But if you asked 49er fans before the season, they kind of expected them to be at this point. So it's kind of an interesting turn that they've taken. But I think that it's Super Bowl or bust in the sense that this team, you never know what's going to happen. If you
Right.
asked Miami Dolphins fans after Dan Marino in his second year made it to a Super Bowl, are they going to be back? I think they would have told you yes. I don't think we as Niner fans thought when that Harbaugh thing went down that there would be a mass exodus and that team would never compete again. You just never know what's coming next. There's a lot of free agents. You've obviously got a rookie quarterback that's going to be taking over. I think he's going to be way better than Jimmy for sure by his second year starting. I think he'll be on the level of Jimmy at minimum next year, but who knows what's going to be around him? And there's just so many unknowns with this team. So anytime you get this far, kind of is Super Bowl or bust, because if you don't win it now, then what? Is that there is no guarantee that you're going to be back. I don't think anybody saw 2020 and COVID coming or happening. I think most people thought the 49ers would be in the playoffs again last year, and they weren't. It's now or never. You got to get it done. So, yeah, I do. I think it's Super Bowl or bust. When you're this far and you're this good, you have to make it happen.
I mean, it's Super Bowl or bust in this. Yes and no, because I do feel like this team's going to be a Super Bowl contender next year with Trey Lance. I do feel like that, but at the same time,
Have
what
you
you said
seen
is
that
true.
schedule, Grant? That schedule's rough, man. They got a
Yeah, but
tough
still, I
schedule.
mean, what I want to say about this team is it's freaking loaded. It's way more loaded than I understood. I mean,
Yep.
Elijah Mitchell and Debo Samuel in the backfield, Jawan Jennings and freaking Brandon Ayuk. I mean, the team's loaded. It has everything except for the quarterback, as we just pointed out. They have their biggest liabilities are starting quarterback. They have no liabilities anywhere else. Not on offense and defense. Ambry Thomas not a liability. I mean, their D line is deep. Their linebackers, it doesn't. They're like 8 deep at linebacker. They are loaded, and more importantly, they're healthy. They're the healthiest they've been in a decade, and they can't take that for granted because who's to say Debo Samuel won't have a pulled hamstring next year, or Nick Bosa, won't miss the season, or who knows? It's football, and they have a lot of players with histories like that. So they've been very fortuitous this year. They're loaded, they're healthy. Win right now. And what a shame it would be if they lost because their arsonist liability of a mediocre quarterback let them down and they never got to see what their uber talented 21-year-old could do just because he's 21. AJ nothing but a number. I'm just saying.
In most
He can
circumstances.
drink. He's an adult. If he can drink, he can play quarterback for this team.
Well, I also want to make sure that everybody remembers that they told us this was a Super Bowl team, right?
Yeah.
That was what they told us. That's why Jimmy's been starting. So if they don't make it to a Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl and they put Trey on ice, that was the plan for the whole season. You told us it was Super Bowl team, so I'm gonna hold you accountable to what you said this team was.